Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, where we've got one more team match to cap this Myrtle Beach weekend. The East Division of the MLTT, featuring the Carolina Gold Rush and the Princeton Revolution. Back inside the Myrtle Beach Sports Center, Carolina and Princeton both lost on Friday, but both won yesterday. Carolina finds themselves needing to rack up 15 points in this finale for the weekend to match the Florida Crocs at the top of the division in the point department. Princeton only has one Golden Game win, but that came against the Florida Crocs yesterday. They've been the dominant Golden Game franchise, but Princeton showed some really great stuff yesterday. We'll see what we've got this afternoon. Hi again, everybody. Evan Lepler, the former U.S. champion Sean O'Neill. Perhaps the most intriguing dynamic of this matchup between the Revolution and the Gold Rush in doubles. A husband going against a wife. Hong Lin for the Gold Rush and Jishan Liang for the Revolution. Mixed doubles match. It's going to be very interesting.
Going to be very interesting. We'll see if the wife with the penholder grip is going to be able to take the lefty forehand.
Let's take a look at the full slate of matchups that we've got coming up. Jishan Liang will be playing doubles against Enzo and his wife Hong Lin. We'll get a taste of Enzo in singles first. But a lot of intriguing matchups. I'm particularly excited for the fourth singles match. Jinqian Wang and Roman Lawrence, they played 3 straight games in Daytona Beach that all went Lawrence's way by a score of 11-10. So Jinqian Wang has revenge on his mind.
And if it's anything like we've seen earlier today where the Golden Game went to the final point, that fourth singles match can make a huge difference.
So plenty of intriguing matchups on the docket. Pryshchepa has had a great weekend trying to keep that rolling for Princeton. But we begin with Jishan Liang making his Major League Table Tennis debut on Friday. And he's had a good weekend. He's gone 4-2 overall. And he'll face off the #1 draft pick, Enzo Angles, who has not been as dominant as he was in Daytona Beach, but he's certainly been very, very solid against Damian Provost. Yesterday, he dropped 2 of the 3 games, but he took 2 out of 3 on Friday, so he's 3-3 on the weekend. And I'm curious how you forecast the dynamics and styles of these two tangling right here.
Well, Evan, as we've said, when you have 2 lefties playing, often it comes down to their training setup. Do they play other lefties in practice? And clearly, something we saw Enzo when he played against Damian Provost, he had some issues with the angles. Again, Jishan Liang is going to come out with power, loves to step around his backhand, kind of a one-ball player. The shot's loose, he will finish it directly.
Revolution in the red, Gold Rush in the black.
1 all.
1 point apiece as the serve shifts to Angles, Frenchman who's been top 100 in the world.
Two, 1.
I remember talking to Alex Yang, the coach of the Gold Rush, about Enzo, and he just talked about, first and foremost, his professionalism. I think we see that every time he takes the table. There's nothing casual about it. He's focused, he's intense, dialed in.
Really dialed in, and we've seen a number of calls by the umpires on legal and illegal serves. Enzo has never had an issue so far.
2, 3.
Very clean serve.
What is the key for Jishan Liang to keep Enzo off balance?
It's really to finish the point, play his game, and just to take bullets like you saw there. Enzo was on his backhand side, and Jishan was still able to get it past him. Those are just amazing power forehand rips.
Very few players toss the ball as high as Enzo does.
He's not going to get called for the 6-inch rule.
Needs to be at least 6 inches high. He throws it 6 feet in the air.
And the reason for that, of tossing it higher, is one, the increased velocity when the ball comes down. It adds to the spin factor, but it's also to help take your opponent's eyes off of the contact because they have to follow the ball up.
Are there any great players who throw the ball higher than Enzo does?
There are a number. It's quite common, especially from the Chinese players. They developed the high toss serve, is what we call it. And it's very tricky when the ball's going up usually 15 to sometimes even 20 feet in the air.
Astonishing. Zhishan Liang hanging around, back even at 5-all. Opening game of this first singles match. Princeton and Carolina. Gold Rush won in a rout a month ago, these two teams.
That was without Zhishan.
That's true. No Zhishan Liang in that match. Zhishan has been a difference maker. There were a ton of close games in that match, and virtually all of them went Carolina's way.
That's a great serve right into Zhishan's body. He kind of smiled, surprised that it bent right in. Couldn't get around it.
Enzo took 2 out of 3 from Matthew de Saint-Alon back in September. De Saint-Alon inactive this afternoon. Point for Angles and an 8-5 lead. Final score of that team match was 17-4. But again, a lot of very close games, including the Golden Game. Carolina started that Golden Game with a 5-0 lead, Sean, but the final score was 21-19. It got very tight down the stretch.
And it also gave the Gold Rush that huge advantage to where they could be leading the league while having one loss.
Princeton trying to flip the script today. Liang hanging tough. Within one again at 8-7.
A great loop by Enzo.
7-9.
A little bit of a misdirection out to the backhand side. Zhishan was ready on the forehand.
Angles makes it 10-7 and sets up game point. And that makes Angles 12-4 in singles here in the MLTT, taking game one over Zhishan Liang 11-7.
Zhishan got his forehand loop in, but look at Angles, just so quick over to the forehand corner, able to re-loop it off the bounce to the wide forehand. Excellent court coverage, great turning the ball over.
The X factor in the husband versus wife showdown is the fact that the wife has Enzo Angles and the husband does not.
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult for Zhishan playing with Angela Guan, a defensive player. If she can keep the ball low and with a lot of spin, we've seen Zhishan be able to go for the big finishing shots, but I have a feeling it's going to be an uphill battle against his wife and Enzo as they really mix their styles together of the penholder hitter, and then as you saw here, the lefty shake hands looper.
Yeah, Angles are 5-1 in doubles here in Myrtle Beach. Angles, he had in the 12-4 in singles, and he's 11-4 in doubles. Just producing points left and right,
just a point
day
machine.
after day. Game two. Great stuff from Angles.
1-0.
Both players hitting it hard. Angles never lost control.
One, all.
You can just see once Zhishan Liang makes that first loop, just a machine, just continuing to drive that ball. A lot of torque, using the shoulders, hips, great weight transfer. He took a full swing. That ball stayed low.
Three, two.
Not uncommon to see a backhand-to-backhand exchange with two lefties, both fighting to get that forehand in.
Why would you say the backhand is more common with two lefties than maybe two righties?
Because both, they're fighting to get the forehand in, but they're not going to get the angle right off the first shot. So a backhand-to-backhand exchange with a righty-lefty would be down the line, but with the two lefties, it's cross-court, kind of just staying at bay, waiting for something to happen until a weak ball comes, and then they'll turn.
Makes sense.
That time, Angles tried to go a little bit harder with the backhand, a little on the early side.
Five, three.
Great positioning by Angles. Went for a deep serve, caught the top of the net. Keeps Zhishan within striking range.
Don't see the service error from Enzo very often. Wow.
4,
Gets
7.
that point back though with a fierce rally. Angles wondering where he should put the ball.
He could have given it to Zhishan if he had wanted.
Come on. 7, 5.
So Liang keeps it within 2. Players go to the towels every 6 points, generally.
You can see a nice controlled opening shot by Enzo. Just playing it cross court till he had the opportunity to step around. Then moves the forehand down the line. Excellent play.
Five, 9. Okay.
Zhishan showing what happens if you make a controlled opening and he can play his forehand. He'll just rip right over the top of it. And again, just a powerful forehand from the backhand court stepping around.
We have seen Liang take control at some points, but just not enough.
Anglaise has slightly stronger short game. It's creating more opportunities to make opening shots.
That's a great point. That's been the difference. Anglaise, 4 game points, up 10-7.
Just keeping pressure, not having to go for risky finishing points.
That'll do it. Back-to-back 11-7 wins for Anglaise to take the first 2 points of this team match for Carolina.
Zhishan definitely has the more power and the bigger shot. It's just setting it up that is the challenge for him. Anglaise does such a good job of blocking back the first attack and often redirecting it or counterattacking that ball. So we have a chance here for a sweep right out of the initial match.
Wait a minute, Bowman Bowie. Is there any relation between Bowman Sports and the Bowie Martin guys here? No relation? Completely random. Okay.
And Enzo just taking his time, moving the ball around, forcing Zhishan to play a lot more defense than he feels comfortable with.
That's what he wanted to do.
So a pair of 4-point wins for Enzo Anglaise. And now we see if he can
Here,
make
one more
it
point up for
3-0.
grabs right now. Zhishan Liang fighting game number 3 versus Enzo Anglaise.
Factually accurate to say that Carolina won the lottery in terms of their ability to get Enzo on their roster.
Third game, Revolution to serve. Love all.
Gold Rush, by the virtue of some good fortune, getting the #1 pick. Enzo is the easy choice, said Coach Yang. Let's see why. Good start to game 3 for Liang.
Zhishan does a nice job on his serve to take the first 2. Make that 3.
Yeah, how about that? Look of disgust from Anglaise. And that's 4 straight points for Liang.
That was a great deep serve by Anglaise, and somehow Zhishan taking it off the bounce with his backhand sends it over twice as fast. And that's a full swing by Zhishan. Got to check to see if his arm is still connected.
Anglaise on the board here in game 3. It's 4-1. And a miss. And more disgust in the body language of Anglaise as they switch sides. Anglaise trailing 5-1.
You can see that Anglaise is not thinking, I've got a 2-1 win under my belt. He wants to go for the sweep. He knows how critical that is for any teams to get 3 points out of one singles match or mixed doubles match. Positional winner there by Anglaise, just jamming Zhishan in the corner.
Interesting situation for Hong Lin watching this match from the Carolina bench. Her teammate versus her husband. Wow. A net ball for each player, and the point continues. Anglaise takes it.
When they get into these exchanges, the advantage is going to be for Anglaise. He plays much stronger backhands from the backcourt. You can see Zhishan just happy to get it on the table. Anglaise has a lot more power.
Oh my.
5-4.
Paddles are down. Timeout's been called.
Called here by Matthias
Revolution
Havasson,
take the
famous
TO.
Havasson family from Austria.
5-4 here in game 3. Angle's trailing by 1, but he has scored the last 3 points.
And how about that last point, just flip killing that short serve return. No hesitation, just going for the clear winner off the last serve.
Tim, where are you from? Indiana. What brought you into town? Me and a family vacation. Well, I better sit down for a minute then, Tim. So what's your history with table tennis?
Played growing up overseas and still play run a little club in India.
Where overseas did you play?
And both players fighting to land these big forehands.
Pakistan earlier because John, one of our founders, was saying this guy was practicing, and I said he's Pakistan, and he said no, I said he's practicing. So I misheard him, but that's the Pakistan connection.
He does such a great job of generating topspin with that forehand.
Yeah,
no
it's amazing.
To the scoreline, but we're back from the timeout. Here we go. Let's make some noise for the players.
5-4.
Would be your pick in game 3 right now, Sean?
I think Angle's right now, he's, look at that. I mean, I was happy to think of Jishan's loop down the line. How did Angle's get over there to return that counterattack?
Angle's even flashed a little grin after that one.
That's just picking a side and taking a swing before the opponent plays the shot.
Enzo scored 4 straight. And make it 5.
6-5.
No matter what Liang does, Enzo has an answer.
Just radar going. You can see that ball curving outside the confines of the table. Enzo wanted to continue.
Could not believe it clipped the net. Sometimes the net helps. More often, it stings. Two in a row for Jishan.
7-6.
Jishan's just staying calm, waiting for the balls to come off the end of the table so he can take a full swing.
Ball still spinning on the table, but Liang now with an 8-6 lead.
I mean, every one of these shots was just amazing. Jishan putting everything into.
Yeah, this was a crazy point.
Seven, 8.
Just one mode of play by Jishan, just line it up and swing.
Missed it. Liang leads 9-7. With 2 serves coming up here. Princeton looking to salvage a point in this opening singles match. Kanamitsu and Hazin coming up next.
Now Jishan going for the deep
10,
serve.
7.
Angles has to win 4 in a row for the sweep. And it's not in the card. Jishan Liang with a strong close to win game 3, 11-7, taking 1 off the top pick, but still 2 out of 3 for Angles to start the day for Carolina.
And just a big, once again, huge swing by Jishan on the backhand side. Finding the cross-court angle. Amazing firepower.
Joined now by Enzo Angles. Enzo 2 out of 3. It was somewhat of a roller coaster, momentum shifting back and forth. What were your thoughts on the dynamics of that match against Jishan?
Actually, I have nothing special to say. I was really down yesterday. As I told you the first day, I wasn't feeling so great the last few days. So to just catch another win today, it's good. I'm happy for the team. Yeah, I could get 3-0, but it started very well the last game. I didn't have really much expectation in this game. My game yesterday against Left was also not so good, but I could catch some good points today and work on some weakness that I had yesterday. So I'm happy actually with the content of the game today.
So now getting a 2-1 in this match, thoughts going into the doubles. You're going to be playing with a partner that you've played with a lot, but it's going to be interesting because she's his wife. So have you talked anything about how to make sure we keep that edge for the Carolina team?
No, there is no wife, no husband for games. No, we're just gonna fight. That's it. I mean, yesterday we fight a lot. I left a lot of energy on the table yesterday on the double, and now it's gonna be the same today. I mean, yeah, wife, husband, we love each other, but it's game time, so let's forget it for 15 minutes and then let's go back to love story later.
Have y'all talked about that dynamic much?
No, she wants to win. She wants to win.
I saw Hong on the bench. She was clapping for you after you won points during that last match against her husband.
Of course. It just has to be in a good way, you know. We don't wish the bad for nobody, but that's it. We just want to win for our team.
Appreciate the positivity, Enzo. Congrats on 2 out of 3. We look forward to seeing you in an intriguing doubles match coming up.
Thank you.
Enzo lost game 3, but he won game 1 and 2 against Hong Lin's husband.
There will be one, to my understanding, where everyone gets together. But for now,
interesting matchup here. Jeremy Hazin against Koyo Kanamitsu.
in their division. So this is the second meet.
Both these players looking to make a statement kind of for themselves and for their team.
Once a month is how often they
Get a good look at Jeremy Hazin warming up, and now Kanamitsu, who made his MLTT debut a couple days ago, lost 3 straight games to a red-hot Daniele Pinto.
That was a really big surprise for me going into the match. I thought Koyo would have the slight advantage, but Pinto just super momentum. Didn't stop from the first point on, getting his forehand in. This will be interesting here with Hazin, more of a control player, keeps it in play, doesn't have a lot of power, but good on the angles, good serve and serve return. Look for Koyo Kanamitsu to really try to put some pressure on him with his backhand out to the forehand side. Lefties tend to be weaker on the wide forehand just because they play a lot of balls in the backhand corner. So we'll see which player is able to establish some rhythm and some placement.
First game, Gold Rush to serve. Love all.
Hazin went 1 and 2 against Grossier a couple days ago. Hazin begins this match serving.
0-1.
And you can see the power of Kanamitsu just jumping in on that forehand.
I mean,
Second match will be easier for him than it was the first one.
I would think so. Give me a lot of energy. Both these players express themselves after almost every point. 3-0 lead for Koyo.
And with Hazin playing more control, Koyo's going to have time to wind up a little bit more on the ball.
Two, three.
2 straight for Hazin after falling behind 3-0.
And this is what Hazin needs to do. He needs to be aggressive when he can and then take it off the bounce and keep the pressure on. That powerful forehand, that was Ojo level. Just a huge swing.
Missed it.
4-3. Three, 5.
Oh, nice
That's a
third
winner.
ball attack. That was solid.
I feel like Hazim's working his way into this match after falling behind 3-0. Yeah, he's gaining confidence. You can see it.
Nice combination. Just a 1-2 punch by Hazim.
Wow. Koyo Kanamitsu with an answer.
And the exact same point, but just about twice as fast.
5-7.
Kanamitsu from Tokyo. Now a 7-5 lead. The Japanese player. Jeremy Hazim represented Canada in the Olympics a couple years ago in Tokyo.
6-7.
Jeremy calls that his career highlight. He was just 21. Now he's just 23. Did that catch?
Caught
No.
the edge.
Yes, it did.
Yep.
Errant signal
6-8.
from the umpire initially, but this just grazed. Hard to tell from that angle, but you could hear it.
That's a tough return by Jeremy. He's just pushing it out deep. It's not going to cause Kanamitsu any difficulty driving it.
Six, 10.
Koyo Kanamitsu has created separation here. Has 5 game points. Only needs one.
First game,
11-6 win.
Revolution, 11-6.
And his first win in Major League Table Tennis. Koyo Kanamitsu evens up this match, 2 points apiece.
And I don't know really what Jeremy's going to do to stop those powerful forehands and backhands by Koyo. Just a lot of pressure, a lot of power. Hazim's going to have to be more offensive minded, but Koyo's got everything rolling in the right direction. There's so much power.
The second pen, slightly fresher, up in version 2.0.
What do you say to young players that you're coaching about the best ways to handle power?
Don't allow it to occur on the other side of the net. You have to play your shots short, low, make the first attack yourself, because then you can change the spin. But if you're just putting it over the net,
Time.
these players today, with the equipment that is available, they can finish the shot
Yeah.
with one swing. So
Sounds like, I mean, that answer was
Second
basically
game,
prevent
Revolution
them
serve.
from having a
Level.
chance to use their power. If they've used their power, is there anything you can do?
just guess. Just pick a side. Swing early
0-1.
and often.
Close your eyes and hope the
Make a
paddle hits
wish.
the ball. There's a ball boy just scampering off the floor, so called a let. Hazim up 1-0 here in game 2. And a 2-0 lead for the Canadian.
2-0.
So just to stay on that point, Evan, a lot of times a player would say, why don't I just back up so I have more time?
Right.
It's not going to force any pressure on your opponent when you're off the table. So you're
2-1.
better off staying close and hopefully picking the right side and using their power against them in a deflecting type of block, or, as we've seen with Enzo Anglais so often, even a counterattack off the bounce.
1-3.
It takes a lot of skill, and you've got to really watch the opponent's racket angle to pick up where they're going.
3.
Four straight now for Koyo Kanemitsu.
I mean, that wrist angle that Koyo is doing, just taking it inside out with the forehand. No way to even touch the ball.
You were right, going to Hazeen's forehand.
That's where, for all lefties, and Hazeen's going to do the same thing as a lefty, going out to Koyo's forehand. It's just most players will play out of their backhand corner, leaving that forehand quite open. Koyo once again
4 all.
gets Jeremy out of his backhand corner. Wow, right down the line. Koyo playing wide forehand, wide backhand, nothing in the middle.
Four, 6.
Evan, that's what I was expecting Koyo to do yesterday when he's playing Pinta. Thought he had a much better opportunity playing that lefty from Chicago, but Pinto just kept the momentum on his side.
A couple days ago, but your point stands.
4, 7.
7-4 lead now for Kanemitsu after falling behind 2-0 in this game. Went for it.
7, 5.
Little over aggressive. Shot wasn't quite there. Jeremy had the backhand covered. Good block there by
7,
Jeremy,
6.
mixing it up. Deep serve.
Battle back here,
Yeah,
7-all.
that was excellent play by Hazeen. Deep serve, and Hazeen picked it up right off the bounce. Sent it back very quickly.
Seven, 8.
Jeremy just not quick enough to get out to the wide forehand.
Kanemitsu catches a break with a net ball, changed the rhythm of the point. Koyo now up 9-7. Game points
10,
here
7.
for the Revolution. Take the overall lead in the match. Kanemitsu does it again.
11, 7.
The big
Revolution
forehand, the
wins
power
second game.
prevails. 11-7 in game 2. And the Revolution take a 3-2 lead overall.
Just continuing to work on that forehand side of the table, getting Hazeen out of his backhand corner.
How do you stop someone like that?
Excellent play.
Table tennis, a good serve, well placed, something a little bit deceptive, can be enough to shut someone down, cause them to hesitate or play a
22-13 combined in the first 2 games. Comfortable wins for Koyo
What are you
Kanemitsu.
thinking in this moment?
Definitely finding his range as well as the angles.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You challenged
Playing a
the
lot of
snake
deep
man.
serves just to get into the rally, to get his forehand and backhand landing.
Clear and straight. No, it's okay. It's okay. He did tell me, he gave me permission. I was
Very
actually
difficult
hoping to
for
set up a
Hazeen
cool shot.
to get anything going.
Wherever you're traveling,
Koyo
whenever we
going
have
so
an
big on the
opportunity,
first shot.
There's a challenge snake man opportunity where we can play.
Well, it's been a historic
play
weekend of
time
Major
for
League
play
Table
here
Tennis
in
here
the
in Myrtle Beach.
table With Koyo Kanemitsu for game number
Saw the
3.
first ever ultimate golden point. The Florida, Chicago, tied 20-20. Ojo extending his legendary status. The Ojo Mojo, you might say.
Third game.
We are
Gold
one
rush
game
to
away
serve.
from the
Love
first
ball.
ever MLTT spouse showdown. But first, game 3. Kanamitsu keeps rolling.
I'm not even sure how to describe this backhand. There's just so much speed and spin combined. And
Pretty good answer.
yeah, Jeremy does his own impression, taking it out to the forehand. Koyo had the ball he wanted. He had the open court down the line, just overplayed it. It's a nice control backhand move. Nothing fancy, but Hazin has to cover both corners. Oh, that's another great backhand by Hazin. Again, finding the wide forehand.
I mean, you can make a pretty good highlight reel of Jeremy Hazin's winners in this match. Just hasn't had enough of them. Relative to Koyo Kanamitsu, who has consistently used both the forehand and the backhand with some pop.
Just zip that backhand serve return. Had 5 winners so far.
There's a winner.
There's the open forehand court. Jeremy's doing a nice job of keeping that racket up high and in front of him.
Hazin frustrated with himself after that miss.
He's got to move a lot quicker when he's going to step around the backhand. His upper body moved, his lower body was in the same spot.
Four, five, switch.
Players will switch sides with Kanamitsu ahead 5-4.
Koyo kind of smiling at himself, not having experienced much of Major League table tennis with the third game change at 5. It's only his second match.
Big difference from the first match, though, for Koyo Kanamitsu. Lost 3 straight games to Daniele Pinto, and he's 5 points away from taking 3 straight over Carolina's Jeremy Hazin.
Went for the deep serve and a quick opening.
Was that the wrong tactic in that moment?
He just mistimed the return. I think Jeremy's ball was slower than he expected. And that was a great deep push by Jeremy to mix it up.
2 big points for Hazin on his opponent's serve, ties it up. For a Princeton team in the bottom of the East Division, every point is critical. Yes, Koyo won the match.
Great forehand rocket by Hazin. Just a nice serve and follow. Jeremy knows he's got to keep that serve lower. Just a millimeter too high. Koyo's going to jump on top of it. Koyo moving his service position to his forehand side.
Wow, and he caught the edge.
8, 7.
Hazin with a little nod as if to say, yeah, good shot.
Snuck it in and then made one more shot right on the white line.
And now he does the other side.
7, 9.
Koyo Kanamitsu.
And Jeremy's smiling a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, there's only so much you can do about that. He's going to hit both lines in consecutive shots. Can he hit the back edge here? Almost.
Oh, and
Hazine answers.
Jeremy snaps it in. Jeremy fought to get his first forehand loop in from the backhand corner. And Kanamitsu just waited and re-looped it down the line with more spin, speed, and finesse.
Sweet point here. Koyo Kanamitsu makes it 3 in a row over Jeremy Hazine. 11-6, 11-7, and 11-8.
Just too much firepower from the Revolution side. Koyo Kanamitsu really steps up in his second match in singles. He's going to be dangerous in the Golden Game if he plays at this level.
He's so good with his control and his touch near the table. But today had a tough opponent in Koyo Kanamitsu. So it is 4-2.
Certainly look more comfortable on the table today.
But the party is not over. They're in fourth place.
First opportunity under the bright lights was Friday, and Daniele Pinto was white hot, but today the Japanese player delivers the goods. Koyo Kanamitsu, a 3-0 sweep over Jeremy Hazine. Koyo, congratulations. That was fun to watch. How did it feel to play?
Yeah, thank you very much. Because first day I played was very bad, and I think during the game I didn't focus so much, and I also panicked very much. And today I think I played very well.
How much more comfortable were you today, just your second time on the table compared to Friday night?
Actually, I don't know, but I prepared before the game very good. So I just tried to play good.
And Koyo, had you had a chance to ever play Jeremy before, or is this the first time you've ever faced him?
Yeah, I know him since when I'm 14 and in Junior Open, and I see him many times. But I forgot if I play him before or not. Yeah.
What was the key to your strategy to getting the job done today, 3 straight?
Yeah, I know he's good blocker, so I just prepare many rallies in the game. Yeah.
And lastly, before we let you go, your first Major League Table Tennis weekend, obviously the Golden Game is still ahead, but what has this experience been like for you competing at this level here in America?
Yeah. I think I should go to practice my service and prepare for Golden Game.
I understand you want to go practice, but remember to enjoy it. Have fun out there.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us, Koyo. Congrats on the 3-0 sweep.
Yeah, thank you very much.
What's this experience been like? I got to go practice.
Spoken like a true professional. There's never enough time to work on your serve or to keep that momentum going, and he definitely showed that.
All right, here we go. The spouse showdown. Hong Lin and Jishan Liang live together, have a son in Cary, North Carolina, just a few hours from here. They are adversaries on the table today. I'm sure they've hit thousands, if not millions, of balls back and forth, messing around, having fun, training, working with one another on certain things, teaching their son how to play. But it's a different flavor and dynamic entirely today. Angela Guan serving first for the Revolution.
Looks like Enzo is going to be very aggressive, even on this first serve return, going for a flip, aggressive flip down the line. And that's what happens if you play it safe. Jishan Liang, no trouble hitting winners.
Both Anglais and Lin had a little grin after that big winner. Liang sails it long that time. Anglais and Lin have been excellent at doubles. Into the net, right on cue, the jinx. Even with that, I mean, they're 5-1 this weekend. Enzo played one of the doubles matches in Daytona Beach with Bastien Dupont. Hong Lin played the other two. Enzo overall is 11-4 in doubles.
I would say that the Carolina doubles team, very similar to the Crocs, they just play so well together. They match up well in righty-lefty, but then also the styles with Enzo strong on both the forehand, backhand, and Lin changing the depth of the ball as well as a quick hit with her pips out racket. You're seeing Jishan taking full swings. Everything's either spinning him around or sending him to the floor. That was really smart. Enzo was able to hit Angela with the ball. Good tactic in doubles, hit at the last person who played the ball.
6-2 lead for Carolina.
Oh, what a great forehand flip over the table by Jishan Liang.
Two straight for the Revolution, cut the gap in half.
Carolina just wants Lin to be able to make a soft opening so that Enzo can follow.
7-4.
That was a nasty serve.
Yeah, Jishan looked a little surprised that it came off the end so far. That time he just went for a big swing.
I don't know if Jishan's enjoying this that much.
Well, it's tough playing with the defender because unless you're finishing the point, that ball is going to come blasting at you. So he's really got a one-track mind to do everything he can to make a big loop.
4-9.
That was an excellent chop by Angela Guan. She can move Enzo around, especially out to his forehand side. That'll give Jishan a lot more time to wind up. It's just
9-6.
That's dunking from the foul line. I mean, that's just pure power.
Enzo went for it, didn't get it, so the Revolution hanging around a couple serves here.
And Angela playing very smart. Nice deep chops, challenging Enzo to play a bigger ball.
And that's a spouse shot right there. Liang into the gut of Lin, but it missed, so it's game point. And that'll do it for game one.
First game, Gold
Carolina
Rush,
takes it 11-7.
Your Carolina Gold Rush bringing it back in. 3-4 they trail, but that deficit is being
Again, the
reduced
orders will
all
change
the
now
time.
here in game two.
Interesting, the style matchups.
So look
Now you
for
saw Angela that
Jishan
last
to have
round
less to
shot.
swing
I
at.
was explaining
But my
the
guess
pitch.
they'll still try.
The longer they are, the more defensive they are. They're long. Sometimes people get behind the table like
In all
Angela
sports, it's not too uncommon to see brother versus brother, or even father versus son, mother versus daughter from a coach versus a player. But you don't very often see husband versus wife.
Now, traditionally, that pen-hold grip where the racket hangs down the way Hong Lin plays didn't have a
Be an
back.
interesting ride home in the car. One team going to be feeling very good.
It doesn't get quite as much grip back. So, as seen with you in China in 1989 through 1993, China said, we've got to do something to save this grip. And they developed.
Does the change in order benefit one side here more than the other?
On her backhand
It
side,
should
it's
help.
red and it's spinny. unlike her forehand.
I think the first game, actually, Zhishan's had the chance to do better, but the team of Carolina is so strong, so it could be a blowout this game. Tough to say, but right now, Anglaise is going to be hitting it to Angela Guan. We'll see if his
Second
partner
game, Gold
Hong
Rush
Lin
to
can
serve.
put pressure on
Love
the
all.
husband. He's saying he's going to serve a deep serve now. And Angela answers
What a
with a nice
return.
edge.
0-1. One all.
So Hong Lin needs to keep the ball low and away from Zhishan's forehand. Perfect play.
One.
Great drop shot off the serve and followed up with a perfect forehand smash. Again,
3-1.
great placement into Zhishan's body by Hong Lin.
You can see in the body language just the pressure that Leon feels to go big, even when it's not an ideal time to do that.
And the tough thing when he goes big is he's got
3-2.
Enzo on the other side, just wait.
Hey.
Again, consistent warning, making sure the players are tossing the ball 6 inches. Angela needs to chop
2,
that ball.
4.
Ooh, good serve by Leon.
3-4.
I think Enzo just took his eye off of it for a second, played it too nonchalantly.
Five, 3.
There's just so much pressure on Zhishan to make a big shot, knowing that Angela's game just keeps it in play. Single, she'd be changing the spin on every successive shot, but in doubles, she's trying to set her opponent up, her partner up. That's a much better
Whoa.
play.
Anglaise almost lost balance, went over the barrier over there.
Super wide angle by Zhishan. Nice shot by Angela.
Yeah, rare attack from her.
Getting the forehand smash. Again, set up by Zhishan's strong forehand drive. It's just
6-5.
a winner.
Drawing the oohs and ahs from the crowd here in Myrtle Beach. Kaboom. Right down the middle.
The ability to read the amount of spin after it touches the net is just insane. It's so difficult.
Did hang up there for him nicely.
I mean, it could have lost 30% of the spin when it hits the net, and Enzo had no difficulty driving it inside out to the open court.
6-all here in game 2.
Oh, a slightly deeper serve. Zhishan was expecting the short serve, and it just came out long. That is such a bullet off the bounce by Anglaise.
Wow.
And that was the problem. Anglaise almost took out his partner there, leaving the angle open. Again, a great forehand smash by Angela Guan to keep the offense.
Set up by the big forehand from Jishan Liang, forcing Anglaise to basically just block it back.
So again, as we saw when De Saint-Élan was playing with Guan, whole different setup. Angela Guan playing much more offense.
Princeton takes a 9-8 lead.
Angela Guan really mixing up the spin, digging a lot of the balls, putting a lot of pressure, a lot of depth on her chops.
That missed.
9-all.
9-all.
That is not an easy shot for Jishan to make.
Do you like the fact that he went for it?
He really has to, but at some point, if he just plays a strong ball, not just a finishing ball, it'll help his team more. It's really hit or miss versus quality versus high risk. Again,
10-9.
Anglaise is doing a lot of the same thing. Once the ball comes over, he's trying to finish it with one shot. He's a little quicker on the uptake coming off the floor.
Game 2 goes to the Revolution.
Second game, Revolution.
11-9 victory for Angela Guan and Jishan Liang. And the showdown between the spouses goes to the rubber game.
And I'm going to credit Angela Guan for making all of her smashes and also being very aggressive on her pushes to keep them nice and deep to challenge the other team. Not just putting it into play, but dictating her shots. A lot more force, a lot more spin.
Playing against right now, Jishan Liang. Ho-Lin and Jishan Liang, they have offspring together. They're married.
The fifth
And now they're
point,
rivals.
or once one team gets 5, that we will change and see a little bit of a pattern change.
If you weren't
Yeah.
just a supporter and his fashion supplier, how would you be thinking if you were on opposite
But
sides
Hong
of the
Lin
table?
did everything really well. She made the nice drop shots to stop Jishan from playing that first ball hard, but he still took a number of hard swings.
Time.
Enzo needs to keep the ball on the table a little bit more, not go for such spinning counterattacks.
All right, back to the action. It is game number 3 in the
Alrighty.
doubles. Let me hear you.
Game 3.
Third game, Revolution to serve.
Princeton
Love
will
all.
serve first. And a strong opening statement from
1-0.
Jishan Liang with a forehand.
And he's going for it right from the first point. No hesitation.
Zero, two.
Again, Anglaise trying to match Jishan stroke for stroke. That's probably not going to happen.
I mean,
1-2.
Enzo's acknowledged as much. There's been something a little off about his game throughout this weekend. He still put together some magical shots.
And Enzo knows that was a
3-1.
mistake. He has to loop the ball anytime Angela Guan chops. He just pushes it back. His partner is going to be treated to a very strong forehand. That was a smart play there. He just loaded it up with spin. He knew Jishan was going to try to counterattack it, but enough to send it long.
Big come on from Angles after that point.
That's a beautiful backhand by Hong Lin. With the Revolution, it's kind of a safe and a one punch. With Carolina, it's definitely more of a 1-2. Great play by Hong Lin. Angles doesn't have to go for the big bullet. So as long as it's well placed and there's a lot of spin. Very difficult for Jishan to make every one of these counterattacks. That's not going to work though. Cannot push the ball to Jishan. He's just got enough racket speed, using enough legs that he can drive anything.
And no mercy on these forehands to his wife. True competitor. Missed it.
And that's exactly Angles is seeing, that if he loads up the first spin off of the Angela Guan chop, coming over that ball for Jishan is very difficult unless he can get his feet underneath him. Changing the order now.
Changing order, benefit of the Revolution in game 2.
6-4.
But this is where Hong Lin takes the paddle out of Jishan's hand with these nice short drop shots.
Set and fault. Short toss. 6-5. 6-5.
So service fault, not for tossing it high enough. Enzo not happy with it at all. Hong Lin asking, let's play the next point, don't worry about it. She'll toss it slightly higher.
What a shot by Angles, taking us some frustration on the ball.
Exactly. Spun around, inside out. No chance for Angela Guan to put her paddle on the ball.
Does Enzo have a point that the call, if a call is going to be made, should be made by the official who's standing on the other side?
Yeah, generally the one closer should see it. But in doubles, as you mentioned earlier, both umpires standing up because they've got to look at both lines. But Carolina definitely picking up their game. And Jishan with another stunning backhand, just, again, both feet off the ground, ripping over it.
Angles gives the signal under the table.
And Hong Lin made a great drop shot, just came off the side of the table. And Jishan somehow got one more forehand in, finishing up by the net.
Timeout Carolina. Gold Rush leading 8-7 here in game 3 of this very intriguing doubles matchup.
Really like this timeout call by Carolina. No need to wait till the score is even
I'm waiting on her right
to take the break.
She's waiting on me to
Do it with a slight lead.
It's amazing. It's okay. I want to highlight something right now, real quickly. You might have noticed I know we talked about if you were married.
Zhishan just jumping into that backhand loop. And then also stepping around the backhand up towards the net to take the last 2 points.
But Holman turned around and said, it's okay, and calmed down Enzo Alvarez in a moment where you could have been enraged. She was so impressive. To me, it's that type of character that's so beautiful, that's so inspiring and exciting to watch. Notice these little details, be impressed.
Very interesting point ahead. 8-7.
With Enzo Alvarez back to the table, cheer him on, here we go.
Carolina with the serve.
Eight, 7.
Great third ball
7,
attack
9.
by Carolina. Honglin gets the job done. Great positioning. Zhishan unable to counterattack.
Eight, 9.
Princeton back within 1. Oh my goodness, behind the back shot, and it works! Enzo Alvarez with the play of the day. Unbelievable.
Spun around and somehow got his paddle on the ball.
Play, please.
How did he do that?
I don't think he knew, but again, presence of mind to just keep spinning until the ball hit the floor, and he made contact.
And that sets up game point. Hong Lin has bragging rights over her husband, and the Carolina Gold Rush doubles duo, Lin and Anglais, continue to churn out points for their team. What a match.
You can see the celebration and relief on Carolina. Just a great series of points at the end of this game. The behind the back shot. And then Hong Lin with some great placement as husband Zhishan Liang goes long.
Hong Lin does not look thrilled to be chatting after that match. That could not have been easy, both in terms of the competitive dynamics and the familial dynamics. What was that match like for you, Hong?
I just want Zhishan not angry for me.
So have you ever seen anyone play a shot behind their back?
Yeah.
Like your part? This is something you've seen regularly, or is not so common?
Yeah, unbelievable.
What was going through your mind when Enzo pulled that off?
Yeah, Enzo.
Yeah, that behind the back shot.
Yeah, he's good.
Could you believe it?
Yeah, pretty amazing. That's it. Amazing.
So when you and your husband were drafted on different teams in the East Division, you knew it was possible that you might see each other. What is that dynamic like? Obviously partners in life, but adversaries at the table today.
Yeah, I just think match is my match. Yes, family and family. Yeah.
That's well said.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Go back to being husband and wife. We'll see you in the Golden Game, Hong. Congrats.
Okay, thank you.
Anglais and Lin, now 7-2 in doubles this weekend. Anglais just continues to play great table tennis, even when the odds are against him, and that might be the thing that stands out most. Anglais in doubles has 13 points
Two different styles here. Both
over the course of the season. In singles, he has, what is it now? I said it before, he had 8 coming into this, and he's got 5 here, so 13 points in singles, 13 points in doubles.
Just such a valuable member of his team. And this matchup right now, we're going to see both players standing toe-to-toe up at the table. Pryshchepa, excellent backhand. Kotovsky definitely has the power, but can he go toe-to-toe with Pryshchepa?
That's a big question. Pryshchepa's played well. He's 4-2 singles here in Myrtle Beach. Kostovsky on the board here. Kostovsky made his MLTT debut yesterday.
Just a great backhand block out to the forehand side, jamming it out to the forehand.
Kostovsky got more comfortable as the match progressed yesterday against Daniele Pinto. Lost the first game 11-2. He did get swept, but 11-7, 11-9 with the scores of games 2 and 3. And now a 2-2 game through the first 4 points.
See, both players are so eager to get that backhand loop going. They know it sets up their forehand so well.
Good run here for Peter Kostovsky, 25-year-old from North Macedonia. By the way, I like Hong Lin's comment, you know, the match is the match, family is family. Not easy to compartmentalize those things.
Well, that's a nice serve by Pryshchepa, just really driving into the ball, juicing it up.
Three.
And that ball goes long. All Major League table tennis players can finish it directly.
5-4.
Very aggressive serve there.
Wow.
Again, Pryshchepa really builds the points nicely. Doesn't take one swing, but he'll take 2 or 3, sets it up.
I'd like to see Pryshchepa match up against David Macbeth on the, maybe in the interdivisional showdown. Two big hitters.
I can't wait for the interdivisional. East meets West. East definitely has more of a European flavor, and the West has more American players.
And more youth.
Yeah, definitely. Pryshchepa just so solid over the table, especially with his backhand. This constant pressure, adding a lot of depth to that backhand loop. That time, Kotovsky.
7-8.
Nice block, keeping it deep.
Evenly matched opening game, close the whole way. Pryshchepa serving down 1-8-7.
Great backhand by Kotovsky, just spun it up. Looked like Pryshchepa thought his serve was going to be shorter. Had to deal with a quick opening.
Half-hearted apology, but he'll take that point. A critical time. Difference between 10-7 and 9-8. Massive. One more serve for Peter. And Pryshchepa takes both points on Kostovsky's serve. 9-all with the serve going back to Ievgen.
And he goes to the forehand. Little risky there. Kostovsky thought he had it lined up, it just went long.
Pryshchepa, 38 years old. And 3 in a row for Ievgen. The Ukrainian has game point here at 10-9.
He really loved that serve selection. Added a little extra topspin.
Four straight for Ievgen Pryshchepa to close out game one. 11-9.
Just a solid tactical choice at the end. Again, taking his time, getting two backhands in before landing that solid forehand. Perfect position into the body. Kostovsky could not turn the corner and keep the ball in play.
So this is interesting. Peter Kostovsky has been #1 in Macedonia.
Pryshchepa's been good in big moments.
He's been playing table tennis. He's a young guy. I'm sitting
now
right
5-2 here in Myrtle Beach in singles.
Told her, what's some inside information you can
and just
tell us
continue,
about
as we
Peter
said
that you might
earlier,
already know?
working the point, not taking as big as shots as we've seen with some of the other players. Teammate Jishen Liang
keeps
the pressure on the opponent. Doesn't give him a chance to move around. Just always driving the ball into the body.
Any fun facts, anything interesting? We'll get back to you after this game. It's game time. Let's go, Carolina. Where are you guys at? It is Ievgen Pryshchepa and Peter Kostovsky, game number 2.
Second game, Revolution to serve, love all. Zero, 1.
What's the key for Kostovsky?
Just to continue to play offense off the serve. If he plays safe, he's going to see Pryshchepa's heavy topspin. If he takes some risks, plays some offense, he'll probably get a block or a safer return, something that he can build off of. That's a great counterattack there by Pryshchepa. No problem tracking it down, making the big forehand counterattack.
Light. Wet. And more toss.
So warning for height.
Yeah, once Pryshchepa gets control of the point, it's hard to snatch it away from him.
And one of the problems is that Kostovsky, his backhand block really doesn't put any pace on the ball. He's just keeping it in play. That one's much better. That time he turned his wrist over, added some spin and speed to the ball. Again, Pryshchepa's backhand. That was a quality opening by Kostovsky. Pryshchepa just took it right off the bounce. Backhand's just too strong. Once they play 4 or 5 shot rallies, Pryshchepa's always able to get one backhand in.
2.
This is exactly what the Revolution ordered. Just quality points,
7-2.
good placement, low risk.
Well, look,
3-7.
Princeton's depth has unquestionably been bolstered by Jishan Liang and Koyo Kanemitsu.
I have a strong feeling that once we get to the golden game, there will be some big shots from both sides of the court. Jishan Liang and Koyo Kanemitsu. And now Ievgen Pryshchepa continuing to just add power.
Nothing Kostovsky can do about that.
Pryshchepa can go in either direction once he has a high forehand, but his backhand has been the difference in this match so far.
4-10.5-10. Game Revolution 11-5.
11-5 for Ievgen Pryshchepa.
So 11-5.
Much more
Ievgen
cool
Pryshchepa
and
with
confident
another win.
victory in game number 2.
2-0 right now. He
And the Revolution
So the scoreboard
continue
is added
to
on up.
add points to their tally. A 7-4 lead now for Princeton.
Such a different feeling
You're welcome. I'm Adam.
with Princeton from Daytona
What's this
Beach,
Monday to Tuesday?
where they came out without any
It's
wins,
a nice thing.
and
You're
now
younger than her,
getting
but
the win last night,
you have
plus
the same great qualities from what I can
excellent
tell so
play
far. Dave
so
Lynn,
far here on
Susan.
Sunday.
What's your history with table tennis?
Just Pryshchepa mixing it up, again landing this backhand and then following with the strong
No
forehand.
way. He's a pro. He knows the rules inside and out. He's sort
Just
of like
no
a legend
problem
in the officiating game.
Controlling the rhythm,
Yeah, I've known him for
controlling
years.
the rally.
Watching him here, it's impressive. He's very consistent,
mixing up the
very
serves.
fair, very straightforward, not intimidated, just does his job. Yeah, welcome to be here. I'll sit next to you to chat you through this for a bit. It's time for the third and final game of the third singles match.
Do you think we'll see a sweep here?
Third game. Gold rush to serve.
I do,
Love all.
but I think it'll be closer than 11-5. What do you think?
Kostovsky's going to have to do a lot more. I don't think taking riskier shots is going to be the answer. Say, play more balls to the middle, start on the forehand, because the Pryshchepa backhand has just been so well done. There's a shot out to the forehand.
1-all.
It's too easy for Pryshchepa. That's a nice play there by Kostovsky.
Well, one person who's probably enjoying the Princeton Revolution's success today, Florida Crocs coach Frank Arias. With that 7th team point, the most Carolina could still get would be 14, with 14-7. Florida's going to be in first place as we head toward the Chicago event in November in the East Division.
I know all the teams that aren't playing are glued to see who wins this match, not only to figure out tactics for the next set.
And to hear your analysis.
3-4.
Not sure if I go that far, but A lot of these players have played now multiple times. And the coaches are definitely looking for key matchups to take advantage of their strength. Note to self, stay away from Pryshchepa's backhand. Tends to be a easy call.
His forehand's pretty scary too. Like that.
Right, and the thing is, it's all, he builds his points. He sets them up so beautifully with that backhand positional ball. And then here comes the forehand. Because you don't want to go back to the backhand because he's so strong continuing the attack. There's the backhand once again.
4.
Just firing on all cylinders. And he can step around and deliver a third ball attack with ease, as well as control the table with his backhand. Just excellent play. Good footwork. Quality spin. Side spinny backhand.
May not be closer than the last game, Sean.
Pryshchepa's hit a backhand on almost every ball since you made the call.
33 to 18 across 3 games. All Pryshchepa victories. 11-9, 11-5, and 11-4. And that guarantees Princeton will take a lead into the Golden Game. An 8-4 lead for the Revolution with Jinxin Wang and Roman Lorenz. The final singles match of the weekend coming up here momentarily.
Just a great display of backhand technique and table control. Pryshchepa just getting the job done.
Yeah, Ievgen, really good weekend. Goes 7-2 in singles, representing the Revolution. He is no stranger to the post-game interview. When you win every day, you get to chat every day. Ievgen, congratulations on the 3-0 sweep. Sean and I were debating up here, which is your better shot, your forehand or your backhand? Can you set the record straight?
Difficult to say. It depends on my conditions and my, I don't know, feelings in the game. Also from the opponent, how he will receive my serve and so on.
So I'm going to go ahead and say it's your backhand because that's so strong, and you hit 6 in a row to finish off the 3rd game.
Again, please. Repeat, please. I didn't understand the question.
I'm going to say that it is your backhand is the stronger side,
okay.
as we saw how you finished game 3 with the last 6 balls, all with your backhand.
Okay, maybe. You will see from the side maybe more a little bit.
What was the key to that match? It felt like he got stronger as the match went along.
I will feel from the beginning I am a little bit better, but also this is put me some pressure on me because I feel I can get these 3 points and I don't want to lose it, the opportunity to get 3 points for my team.
How does it feel to get a 3-0 sweep, your first in Major League Table Tennis?
It feels amazing.
Congratulations, Ievgen. We'll see you in the Golden Game coming up here shortly.
Thank you. Thank you. See you soon.
Ievgen Pryshchepa goes 7-2 in singles for the Princeton Revolution on the weekend. And now we get this really tantalizing showdown that went to the brink and then some in Daytona Beach. These two players were tied 10-10 in all 3 games they played. Roman Lorenz delivered the heartbreak to Jinshin Wang, who had to endure 3 consecutive 11-10 losses. You know, Roman afterwards, acknowledged that there was a lot of luck involved and a lot of good fortune, but these players were so close a month ago. Do you expect similar tension tonight?
Well, I think that Jinshin Wang is going to play a lot more aggressive. That's the one thing that when he came out in Daytona Beach, it looked like he was trying to survey the situation and figure out how offensive-minded he needed to be. And after seeing the level of his opponents, he's really stepped it up. We saw him play so much better in the Golden Games this weekend, and it wouldn't surprise me if we see a lot more power, while at the same time Lorenz, he just plays so smart. He moves around so crafty, and he gets his forehand into play, but he doesn't overplay. He doesn't play too big of a shot, but he's always coming at you with offense.
0-1.
Maybe more deep serves from Jinshin Wang. Try to back up his opponent. Again,
2-0.
Roman Lorenz able to stay over on the forehand side and just cover a nice counterattack.
Ooh.
2-1.
That's a heck of a return.
Aggressive serve, more aggressive off the bounce backhand. It's amazing how Lorenz was able to get his forehand into play off of a lob. Just quickly stepped around the backhand. Not an easy shot to make. Jinshin Wang continued to play a very well-placed ball. Again, Lorenz so quick on the step around. That ball took a jump right at the last second. I believe it hit the handle of Lorenz. Or the edge, possibly.
Good hustle from the ball kid there. Boom.
3-4.
Great play by Jinshin Wang. Just kept tracking the attacks. Kept his racket nice and low and just covered over the top of the ball.
Jinshin Wang trying to seize control of this opening game. He's had to deal with some adversity, but he continues to battle and make impressive shots. Good serve there. Short spin. 6-3.
When Jinshin Wang is playing offense and going for it, he makes a number of beautiful shots. When he just plays safe is when the opponent has so much more time.
That was a great point.
Amazing. That inside out shot by Wang on the final shot. Got inside the ball and turned his wrist over.
The extended rally of short shots at the start of the rally and then a long rally of long shots.
And Lorenz likes that type of tempo. A lot of quick, easy pushes. His first loop has a little bit more depth. And the block by Jinshin Wang has nothing really on it. It's better off counterattacking.
That caught off the net.
9-4.
9-4 lead for Wang.
These points here are going to affect the golden game.
Yeah, if Wang can just take 2 out of 3, could give his team a 5-0 lead heading into the golden game. Chance to really finish the weekend strong here in Myrtle Beach for Princeton after their first golden game win yesterday.
Five, 10.
It would be really something if these two went 10-10 again here in this game. Of course, that's what Lorenz is thinking, albeit 1 point at a time. Jinshin Wang takes game 1.
11-5.
An 11-5 victory over Roman Lorenz.
So
Jinshin just
with a big
upping
win
his
here,
offensive game.
convincingly 11-5.
A lot more
Impressive touch.
drives,
Inside out
less
forehand,
pushes,
also.
less
Come on,
blocks.
Crocs, take me for a sec.
Couple nice inside out
Cool Crocs. What team do you play
forehands
for?
as well as some good attacks off of high balls.
I'm impartial. I like romance.
Sean will be back together a
I'm
couple
sorry,
weeks
I
from
have a
now,
really
Houston,
thick
Texas,
accent
where
when
the
I
West
speak
Coast
English. Let me
teams will
rephrase that.
reconvene
What team do you play for?
to see Jinshin Wang and slow-mo getting the job done. What a turnaround there.
You wear Crocs and you play for the Crocs.
Yeah, they're great Crocs, but they're really good.
But you're a
Great
real Croc.
inside
you guys
out
are number 1 in the league, yeah?
forehand attack
I'm so proud of
at an extreme angle. Lorenz
I'm proud of your team.
so
too.
far
Did you
back,
get
but still
7
could not
of 8
track it
points
down.
That you played in the golden game today?
Pretty good table tennis community in Texas, right?
Yeah, the Houston community, a number of clubs there, especially Houston Table Tennis Academy. Could have a chance to see Michael Tran, a local player for the first time, playing for the Portland Paddlers. Exciting. Of course, with U.S. champions Nikhil
Second
Kumar,
game,
Lily
gold
John,
rush to serve.
Amy
Love all.
Wong.
I'm excited to see Collet again if he's available.
Yeah, the power and serving display that he put on in Santa Cruz was amazing. Oh, great points right here. Wong played a super backhand. Somehow Lorenz kept the rally going.
Ooh,
1-all.
1 apiece after the service error from Lorenz.
Right. Two, one.
Oh, great placement by Wong.
1-3.
Missed it.
1-4.
Both players taking big swings. Deep serve, forehand attack, forehand counter, and then Lorenz finally missing the backhand.
4-2.
And that's exactly the style of game we saw in Florida, where Wong just stepped back and just kept blocking the table, blocking the ball, letting Lorenz have his way with the attacks.
Wong seems to be intimating there may
saying,
have been.
yeah, the ball cracked, and Lorenz is saying it was after the point.
Back 4-2. The ball breaks middle of play. During. The match. During the point. The ball broke during.
They're going to replay that point. It
Yeah,
appears.
because the ball can't break after the point. It has to break during the point. It's not possible for the ball to break off the table.
You
Ball's
wouldn't
still in
think so.
play.
So Lorenz does not get that point. Still down by 2.
But he gets the point after.
Sure does.
I've seen that happen before in a match where a player wanted to say it was after he hit the winner, but the ball can't break in the air. It has to break off the table.
4, ball. Timeout.
Matthias Habasson is going to take a timeout for Princeton here with the score 4-all here in game 2.
There's been a timeout called, 60 seconds to talk. I know a lot of people might be curious about what just happened. Matilda and I were having a nice little conversation about it. I'll represent it pretty well. The question is, what happens if the ball is broken in the middle of a point? Or is this point played and the ball's noticed after? For me, I thought the
Lorenz starting to find a little bit of a rhythm here against Jinshin Wong.
Before he even went over to look at it. He gave a strange look as if to say, that's
And I think using that little bit of the frustration, turning it into some focus and power, is what Lorenz was able to do.
So in all fairness,
A nice counterattack off the soft opening.
So once again, a professional call here, the proper call. Good to be related to someone who knows the game so well. And now
These are really the points that the Revolution
if the point was already
need to
over and
keep
someone
fighting
found
for
the
if they
ball
want
to be
to
broken,
go into the golden
point
game
was
with the
completely
maximum
over,
lead.
didn't affect the outcome of the points, then it would not be replayed. Here we go, players back to the action.
4, ball.
Revolution will have at least a 3-0 lead at the start of the golden game. Could be 5-0. How about that return from Jinshin Wong?
What a great backhand put away. We've seen a lot of deep serves.
Again!
That was a shorter serve, but Jinshin Wong jumped right on top of it on the forehand side. No hesitation, just driving through the ball.
Wonder if that was coaching. That was a message. Just go for it immediately.
And clearly, Coach Habasson knows that Jinshin Wong needs to be more offensive-minded. It's going to take away the great footwork of Romain Lorenz. Oh, and look at that.
Yeah, he saw the opening and took it.
Lorenz loves to step around his backhand. Jinshin Wong saw the quick turn, got it to the open court.
Entering today, Wong just 3-9 overall in singles. However, 3 of those 9 losses were 1-point losses to Lorenz. Had some tough luck in some other really close games against top players. I continue to be impressed by his game.
And that forehand is lethal if he's willing to take it. That serve return popped up just too high.
Yeah, he knew it. Knew it as soon as it left his paddle. Bracing for the big hit. Back within one at 8-7.
This is where Roman Lorenz played his best in Daytona Beach, right at the end of each game.
What a great return by Lorenz to tie it 8-all.
Just took all the pace off the ball, gently dropped it over the net, but out to the forehand. Jinxin Wang unable to get over there, make a strong attack.
Four in a row for Roman Lorenz.
And that's just an aggressive play. Serve that came off the end, but then to step around off the backhand loop, counterattack it.
Can Jinxin Wang fight back? Or will the Lorenz train motor all the way to a Game 2 win?
Great drop shot by both players, but Lorenz quicker to step out, get ready for the attack.
That ends the string of 5 straight points for Lorenz, and Wang will serve to try and make it 10-10. All.
10-all.
We've seen this happen before.
3 times, in fact, and every time in Daytona Beach with these two players, Lorenz got the job done. See if it's the same story today, or can Wang flip the script? Lorenz to serve. Wang takes it. A huge fist pump. And Princeton will have a 5-0 lead at the outset of the golden game. This was a golden win for Jinxin Wang.
And he just took the pace and spin off the ball, floated it deep to the backhand. Lorenz mistimes it and goes off the end. And you can see the celebration on Wang's face. If you look over at the bench, the look's going the other direction as Anzo Anglais fell out of his chair.
16 points. So that means that they could end up winning 16-5.
Wang.
That's pretty crazy.
Taking the first 2 games from Roman Lorenz. Princeton with a 10-4 overall lead. You know, Carolina beat Princeton 17-4 back in September. It's possible the Revolution could return the favor by that same margin.
Not yet.
And if they think about this, and I'm sure the Revolution are, of course they're going to maximize going into the golden game with a 5-point lead, but these points still count. To go in 11-4 versus 10-5 can help them get back some of these points that they
Revolution to serve.
didn't have after the first Daytona Beach set of matches.
Revolution are going to finish this weekend in last place in the East, regardless of the results down the stretch here.
0-1.
However, Princeton has changed the narrative considerably, courtesy of their golden game win over the Crocs yesterday. And what they're doing here, and my goodness, that was a nifty ace. Wang catching Lorenz off guard in a big way.
Down the line. Last second. Excellent turn.
Two, one.
Lorenz has no problem putting away the high balls. His footwork, such a strength. See him stepping around, creating the angle.
Wow.
Two,
Big
three.
hit from Wong.
Wong's continuing to add a lot more power to all of his shots. Nice deep placement by Lorenz.
Again, the margin heading into the Golden game is set. Princeton will have a 5-0 lead, regardless of whether it's 10-5 or 11-4, but every point counts in the standings, built throughout the season. And there's prize money on the line literally in every single game on the table for these players, and that is something of a zero-sum game. Players battling for the pot.
Right, regardless of the team score, all players get a chance to get rewarded for individual matches. So to go and win a sweep, much more valuable than a 2-1. Wong really doing a great job on the deep serves in this match.
Four, five.
Jinxing Wong has caught Lorenz off guard a number of times, going with a hard forehand down the line to the forehand side.
And that's primarily because Lorenz, look at that forehand cross court. You could hear the crack of the forehand flip.
That ball might be broken now.
But as you said, Evan, Lorenz likes to step around his backhand, which is always going to leave that forehand somewhat open. Comparing him to some of the other players like on the Revolution, Pryshchepa, who plays a backhand, is not going to step around so much. So balls to his forehand are going to be easier to cover.
6, 5.
Very strong over-the-table play by Lorenz. And the serve return has to stay low. If it pops up at all, look for a strong forehand to finish the point.
Go. 6, 7.
Wong not really letting Lorenz create some separation, keeping it tight.
Go. 7, all.
Wong really liking when he plays his big forehand to take it cross court across the body.
My goodness. Lorenz hit a great shot to the side, hit the white line. But just a better return, and we're getting a timeout here from Carolina with Wong making a little run to lead 8-7 again.
Just having no difficulty.
Timeout on the
just
side of
jumping
Carolina Gold
on all
Rush.
the
Remember,
spinny openings of Romain Lorenz.
before the Golden Game, which means that at the Golden Game, during
like
the Golden Game,
let your opponent
each
open
side
so he
will
can
have
take a
one
swing.
timeout left. That
They've
means
been landing.
60 seconds to talk to the coach and the entire bench to offer input. Right now, you'll notice that the
Exciting
bench is a
stuff.
little bit bare.
Just
And
a
the
few
reason
more
is
points
because everybody's
away
getting
from
ready
the
for
Golden Game.
Even the team owner, Roger.
Take a look at what Wong has done recently since he trailed 7-5. Big forehand.
Man, for the next 2 hours after Roger and Andre
Big
will be
forehand.
talking about the Golden Game, no matter
And what do you
what
think's
happens.
coming right here?
It's exciting. Good to have friends in the sport. Back from the timeout.
Just using every avenue, wide out to the forehand, down the line, painting the lines. Big point right here. He went for it. No hesitation on Jinqing Wang's forehand flip for winner. It was a topspin serve, so he's got to cover it. Great opening shot by Jinqing Wang. Oh, Lorenz able to take it down the line himself.
Yeah, that was nice.
Over the table. That's not an easy ball to re-loop. So much spin on the ball.
We're going to go golden point for the 5th time in 6 games between these two. One of the points of the weekend right there, won by Romain Lorenz.
Just continues to fight from the back court. Does a great job. You saw how many steps he took to get back up into the table and is rewarded with a game point.
Game point, Lorenz. That'll do it. Lorenz able to salvage a single point. Another great battle. I mean, we can watch these two guys go head to head every day. 11-9 in game 3 for Lorenz. It's 10-5 as we head into the Golden Game. Princeton will have the 5-0 edge.
Just a super fight by Lorenz, and that's what we've come to expect, that on every opportunity, he just works the point, gets his forehand in, and fights from the back court.
So now we get ready for the Golden Game. Dan and Susan, this is the time you've been waiting for. Hope I got it right there.
The other thing that did that we probably should have mentioned before is it keeps Carolina alive with a chance to win. I mean, if it was 11-4, the points would still matter, but the win would be Princeton's. But now, from 10-5 down, theoretically, Carolina could still win this thing 11-10. Let's go to the commissioner of the Major League Table Tennis, Flint Lane.
Okay, we have a score of 10-5. Princeton Revolution will be starting with a 5-point advantage in the Golden Game. Carolina Gold Rush will pick first player out. Romain Lorenz will be first player out, playing 3 points against. Jinqing Wang will be their first player. Who will be your second player? Jishan Liang will be their second player. Your second player, coach. Enzo Angles. And your third player. Jeremy Hazin will be your third player. Your third player, coach. Koyo Kanamitsu. And your fourth player. Angela Guan, making your 5th player, Ievgen Pryshchepa. Your 4th player up against Angela Guan. Ong Lin. making your fifth player Piotr Kostovsky. All right, good luck, coaches. Let's have the first player.
Sometimes the matchups get jumbled and sometimes they stay the same. And right here, the matchups are virtually identical. All the singles matches will repeat, although the order will be different. We'll start with Lawrence and Wong, as these two guys who just dueled 11-10, 11-9 the last two games will go to the table initially for just 3 points. And Lawrence will try to keep it going and make up some of the deficit after that 11-9 win to salvage a point for the Gold Rush.
It'll be Ji Wong. So a rematch, they're just going to play 3 points, and then the total will be 8 points on the scoreboard.
Now, Koyo Kanemitsu and Ievgen Pryshchepa each swept their Carolina opponent 3-0 in the singles matchups.
I think that alone is the reason why the smart money would be on the Revolution right now, in addition to the 5-0 lead.
Yeah, they've got a cushion, they've got the momentum, but we'll see if Lawrence can try and generate a spark for Carolina. Unbelievable defense from Roman Lawrence. What a way to start the Golden Game.
Not giving an inch from the backcourt.
And he asked Chin Wong to hit 10 winners, and he hit 9.
And his ability to get a forehand in on one of those lobs just to create pressure.
Lawrence sends it long. The funny thing about that first point of the Golden Game, we just saw those two, play almost 60 points, and there was no point that was like what we just saw. The intensity of the Golden Game changes everything. Lawrence able to take 2 out of 3 to inch Carolina a little bit closer. And here comes Enzo Angles, who took 2 out of 3 from Jishan Liang earlier today. All 3 of those games were by the same 11-7 score. Only 4 points here. Enzo brings the Gold Rush within 3.
Enzo going to move the ball around. Going to see if he can get Jishan to be off his heels versus driving through it like we've seen him all match long.
Step around forehand attack. Enzo converting both of his serves for points.
Now for a chance to have a little bit of a mini break off the serve.
Out the gates. Jishan the serve.
Enzo took both of his serves. Oh, great drop shot off the serve. Short to the forehand.
A 1-point game. Second serve
Positional
for
winner.
Jishan Liang.
Carolina trying to become the first team this weekend in 16 matches to come from behind and win the Golden Game when they started trailing.
Enzo went for the quick slip.
Narrowing the margin.
That would have tied the score.
Still takes 3 out of 4 though, brings it closer, but it's up to Jeremy Hazin to keep it close here against Koyo Kanemitsu. Too much power from Kanemitsu.
Koyo goes out to the forehand with successive shots, knocking Hazin off the table.
Again.
Fast blocks, but faster attacks. Koyo Kanemitsu a bit off the top there. And he takes both points.
So
on
much
the
power
serving at
from
9-5.
Koyo.
3 in a row for Koyo Kanemitsu.
And Koyo getting back to the original 5-point spot.
4 straight. A golden sweep for Koyo Kanemitsu.
Puts his team up 11-5. Coming into the arena
These players
now,
play a
women,
bit
it is
slower
one
now
win
with the ladies
for the Carolina
taking
Gold
the
Rush,
table.
and Angela Guan
Who's
for
got the edge
Princeton
here in the head-to-head
Revolution,
matchup with
5
Lin
serving
and Guan?
I think Lin has done better in the golden games when they've played. Look for Lin to take her time.
With the point, 6 serving 11.
Looking for an opportunity to smash the ball, but she'll be patient, move the ball around, and keep reading the change of spin of Angela Guan.
Two straight for Hong Lin. Angela Guan has 2 serves. The difference is 4. Princeton leading. Did not catch.
You can hear Hong Lin every single point.
One more serve for Angela Guan.
Guan loses all 4. Hong Lin delivers the 4-point sweep. And just like that, the Gold Rush are right back in it. But this next matchup favors the Revolution based upon what we saw in the singles showdown. Pryshchepa taking 3 straight games by a combined score of 33-18 over Peter Kostovsky. Kostovsky brings Carolina within 1.
And wins the backhand-to-backhand exchange.
10 serving 11, second serve for Kostovsky.
And that's 2 in a row for Kostovsky. 6 straight for Carolina.
And we are all tied up. 11 all here in the golden game.
With 2 serves to come.
Three in a row for Kostovsky. 7 straight for the Gold Rush.
He's 3 for 3. It is
So tough to get rhythm going with only 4 points.
Very few saw this coming.
Like Pryshchepa's going to go to his backhand serve.
And Pryshchepa able to salvage that last point. Delivers the fist bump. We're tied 12 all. Back to the top of the order. Lawrence and Wong retake the table. 12-12.
The golden game, 12 points apiece. And now it is Roland Lawrence for the Gold Rush. And Jin Xin Wong on the receive for Revolution, 12 serving 12. He takes the first point.
Lorenz, very smart, very patient, working the point, gets 2 forehands to go. Wong nets the final ball.
Carolina trying to become the 2nd Major League table tennis team to overcome a 5-love deficit at the start of a golden game. Trying to join Christian Lily Rose's Portland Paddlers. And Lawrence doubles the Carolina lead. It's 14-12.
And just great footwork. Look at Lorenz continue to keep his forehands going. Excellent play.
What a stretch for Carolina. Wong able to fight it off, a quirky point.
Very disjointed, but Wong keeping the pressure on and trying to even it up one more time.
Princeton could win at 16-5, or Carolina could steal this win. 11-10, it's tied again, 14-all. Wong splits the 4 points. And back to the big dogs. Jishan Liang, Enzo Angles.
Even from 5-10 down, it is Enzo Angles to serve with Jishan Liang on the receive, 14-all.
Great deep backhand play by Enzo.
Control, precision, and timing. It is 15-14 second serve.
We know that Jishan Liang is going to go for a big forehand. Timeout has been called.
Taken by Princeton. Liang still with 3 more points to play against Angles.
Looks like Coach is reminding Jishan, get ready, move your feet, don't just reach for the ball. Get active, get ready.
It could still be your own
With a counterattack, you can't do it standing up. Got to be in a better position, a better crouch.
There's not a lot of time left.
With the 5-0 lead at the outset, if we arrived at the ultra climactic ultimate golden point at 20-20, I believe it would be Pryshchepa and Kostovsky for their respective teams for that one decisive moment on their paddles. See if we get there. An epic rally between these 2 hard-hitting lefties, and Angles wins it.
It doesn't get any better than this. Both players taking full swings from the backcourt, and you can see Enzo saying, I'm the man.
There's a strong thread of intensity throughout the entire match, singles, doubles, but this golden game just takes it to a whole new level.
Oh, and a deep serve into the body. Jishan going big on the serve. Nothing short there.
Kanamitsu and Hazin coming up after this point. And Angles into the net again. Liang able to split the 4 points. And we are tied 16-all. Koyo Kanamitsu against Jeremy Hazin.
There was a sweep last time they
played. Called a let. Kanamitsu swept the last 4 points earlier in this game. But a service error for Hazin. That's a killer.
Hazin went for the deep serve down the line.
He missed it.
Just forcing the issue.
Could you imagine, John, if it's, first of all, we're going to get a timeout here called by Carolina. If Koyo can sweep again, Angela Guan, who remember got swept last time by Hong Lin, would come to the table needing just 1 point to close it out. If Hazin could take just one of these 2 points, then Hong Lin could be in a position with a golden sweep to close it out as well. There's so many scenarios right now. Oh, a net cord helper for Hazin. A long look to the sky for Koyo Kanamitsu.
A little justice there after Hazin had missed his first serve to get a net ball to even.
What a shot. 3 out of 4 for Kanamitsu. He's gone 7-1 in this golden game. And it's a 19-17 lead for Princeton. Hong Lin swept the 4 points from Angela Guan earlier. Can she do it again to win?
Will Angela take a risk and play offense, or just count on her defense?
19-18.
18 serving 19.
Really think Angela has to try something different. Needs to mix it up.
More offense from Hong Lin. We're tied at 19. No timeouts left for either side.
Both have used them all up.
Angela Guan took a look back at her bench. She needs at least one of these. She could still win it on her serve. Maybe the longest rally of the weekend, puts Carolina in position to steal this golden game and the match outright. Hong Lin has won all 7 points in the golden game. Angela Guan needs this one to keep her team alive and put it on Pryshchepa's racket against Kostovsky. Hong Lin is the hero for Carolina. And the Gold Rush come from behind in improbable fashion to take it 21-19. They win the match 11-10. That was phenomenal. A heartbreaking way to finish the weekend for the Revolution. But euphoria for Carolina.
What patience on this last point. Hong Lin, perfect in the golden game for the Carolina Gold Rush. Look at the smiles on the faces of Carolina.
Because your Carolina Gold Rush have won 11-10 in the final team match of the
What can you say about that performance from Hong Lin? Yes, she had an advantage stylistically, but to make every shot when it counted, unbelievably clutch.
Just pure experience and patience, working the point. Angela Guan did everything she could to win each point, but Hong Lin just too.
Hong Lin trying to give her husband a kiss. He doesn't seem to be too interested right now. Wild stuff. We're joined by Alex Yang, the coach of the Gold Rush. Alex, congratulations. I mean, that was exhilarating and exhausting. How would you describe what that felt like?
Yeah, it's so exciting. I respect maybe we lose less point, but down 5-0, it's not impossible to win.
Is this what you envisioned when you took Hong Lin with your second draft pick in the second round?
Yes. So the female is very important because for the golden game. After the points reach 17-19, I think we gotta win. 70% we gotta win because I trusted her to play chopper.
What is it about her poise under pressure that enables her to win those big points?
I think the points can be very big pressure because she lost 4 points the first round, and then now they up 5-0 that we catch back very close. I think all the pressure is from other side.
And also I'm just wondering, the doubles team with Enzo and Hong Lin, they seem to work so well together. Is that a team you're going to continue to push forward in order to keep this team order the same?
It depends because we don't have DuPont this time. For me, it's a little difficult, so I have no choice to. The only way I can put these two for doubles. For East, I will keep, but for West, East combined that weekend, we will see. Because West, they have a very strong female too.
I mean, what can you say about the Revolution? They outplayed you through those singles and doubles matches today, but you were able to turn the momentum in the golden game.
I think the first point, Jin Xing lost with a high ball. I think the pressure starts from the other side.
What are the big takeaways from this weekend, the second weekend for the Gold Rush? You guys will finish it in second place, but not too far behind Florida.
Yeah, that's very lucky, but you know, we don't have the best team for this weekend, but still we won 2 matches. That's amazing. Next weekend, the DuPont come back, we will try winning 3 more matches.
We look forward to seeing you in Chicago about a month from now. Thanks so much, Alex. Congrats. Enjoy the win.
Thank you very much.
Alex Yang and the Carolina Gold Rush victorious. What a day of Golden Games. Hojo Onaolapo with the game winner on the ultimate golden point at 20 all. And then so close to 20 all here, but Hong Lin with 4 in a row, multiple occasions. These are your East Division standings as we head toward November in the East. Of course, we have the West Division coming up a dozen days from now in Houston, Texas. What do you think, Sean?
I just can't get over the the Golden Games. Just amazing with a final point separating the first one today and then 2 in the second.
I mean, it stands out that Florida and Carolina, the Golden Game and the doubles have been the difference, because the best singles team has been Chicago, but the Golden Games and doubles matches have not gone their way. And I mean, it's a full team game. It all kind of collaborates together.
And all the sweeps we saw, especially the golden sweeps, where a player taking 4 points for their team, and just totally amazing with all of the action going on today from Myrtle Beach.
Well, 2 weeks from now, just 12 days, we'll be in Houston, Texas to see the West Division teams, and a reminder of what the West Division standings look like. Very close and competitive, no one undefeated, no one winless. The first weekend out in Santa Cruz. What are you anticipating as we go to the Smash's home turf in a couple weeks?
I think the Smash are going to have an advantage, but again, coming from Portland myself, a little bit of a fan of the paddlers, so we'll see if they can bring the heat and represent quite well.
That'll wrap up our weekend here in Myrtle Beach. We thank you for spending so much of it with us and for dealing with the vocal difficulties that I had, particularly last night. But doing better today, and that's just invigorating table tennis. I mean, the Golden Games today were 21-20 and 21-19. So many great rallies, epic shots. The intensity just ratcheted up even a few notches from where we were in September, I thought, Sean.
No, excellent play and just long rallies, a lot of smashing, and just more power than ever.
So Princeton was up 10-5 going into the Golden Game, but style like that from Enzo Angles helped to carry the Gold Rush. That was the shot of the weekend, no doubt about it, as Hong Lin earned bragging rights against her husband. Hopefully we'll see them square off again in Chicago. So Florida in first place in the East, Carolina in the 2 spot, Chicago in 3rd place as they head to their home turf in November. We hope to see you then. But first, the West Division in Houston a couple weeks from now. Thanks so much for spending some of your weekend with us. On behalf of the Ultimate Production team here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and for my broadcast partner, the Olympian Sean O'Neill, Evan Lepler signing off for Major League Table Tennis here in the Palmetto State. Thrilling stuff. Hong Lin, she was the hero. The game-winning point and the celebration. Carolina, the coronation as they wrap up this MLTT weekend, 2nd place in the East. Thanks again for being with us, and so long from Myrtle Beach.